Hey guys, welcome back, and today we are going to be looking over, again, my buddy's Drukhari Commissioned. Now, I'm going to show you the models that we have lovingly called the Crazy Carnival, or the Devil's Carnival, or any variation of that, because we have painted, or I have painted, a bunch of his stuff, and we've gone with a style of, like, Big Top Carnival things. Now, one thing I will note, if you do not personally collect Drukhari, I would highly recommend you be very careful with them. Half of these were transported to me in a box, and so a bunch of things snapped. None of the main bits of the ship, obviously. These hooks were mainly the ones and the spears up here. This one, actually, you can see where it snapped because it's hidden by the skull I added. But we went with, this one's a green, purple, and black. So what I went with, too, is these ones were my seconds. Actually, you know what? It's a bad idea to show you this 1 second because that's the one I did that was better. I'll show you the red and black one first, because this one I did the very first time, wasn't able to really reach into here because everything was built in. And whoever built this, because he bought this all secondhand, whoever built this, they glued everything in place, so I couldn't just pop these guys out. The green and purple one I can, so it was really hard to really paint these guys. So the gunners have a lot less detail. But we went with red and black. We went with a lot of dry brushing of red over here, coated blood on the little hooks. I went with gold as well. Most of it's just kind of red-black with little white accents. Simple like that. Again, did not really paint the gunners too well because they were locked in place. I was able to paint the captain, though. I gave him a... I'm trying to find a way to get this to... What is my camera doing? There we go, that's a bit better. I'm going to try and zoom in a bit. I went with like a clown kind of makeup, like a grotesque makeup for him. And you can actually see this is... Nope, nothing broke. That would be bad on camera. Two of the spears also broke here. This one here, which what I did was I took a normal elven spear I had from, I can't remember what set it was. It's from Fireforge, though. And I drilled a hole through this rib cage from the Warlords of Erewhon skeletons, and then I glued them together. So that's a good way, by the way, if a spear breaks in this kind of thing. A normal spear, obviously, you cannot do that, because obviously you need a long, maybe use a hand to hide it or something, but if you've got a spear like this where it's a static spear, you can strengthen it when you have to. I actually painted the bone a bit too high. It's on the spear handle now. Doesn't matter. But if you need to, if you break a spear, put something to hold it together. And so, like, let me take my knife here. So the break was literally, like, right here. Somewhere right around there. So that way, the original spear handle goes in just a little bit, and then it meets with this spear handle. So normally that would just be 2 points of connection, right? The spear and this spear glued together. That's not all that strong. The rib cage around it gives it a stronger kind of... It not only does it hide the gap, but it holds it together better, and now the whole thing acts as if it was just one spear all along. This one was just a skull I just put on. I may revisit that, but for now, it's good. So, we went with... This one wasn't too ostentatious. You know, Drukhari are pretty ostentatious, but, you know, not too. It's gold with red on the bottom, so on. So I'll set that off to the side. And by the way, these are not done. These are just the ones I've finished so far. There's like 6 more. So back to the purple one. These ones I was able to disattach because whoever built this one hadn't stuck everything together yet. So I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to pause the recording. Actually, no, I'll just show you because it's better. If you haven't got the kit, you'll get an idea of how to build these. So this guy's still not actually attached to the ground. You could make him attached to the ground, but I'll let him glue him into place if he wants. The other gunner here, same idea. You can pop him out. But theirs was pretty simple. I went with purple bodies, ended up highlights with a pink. It was a very dark pink. Gold for the thing. You can also turn these guys too. It's just hard to. Yeah. Anyway. I went with the hearts on here because I'll show you the commander in a second, but I gave her heart makeup. But this one actually has a face, so I went with a simpler clown thing because I couldn't really reach in there as well, but she still also has clown makeup. I went with black for most of their guns and stuff, but green and purple as the other colors. Again, here's a broken spear. I drilled a hole through a plague bearer, I believe, skull, and rebuilt the sphere. So again, and not only that, it fits the Drukhari mounting skulls on everything. The rest is just exactly how it looks. And luckily I showed you this because I just realized I completely forgot to paint that Imperial eye bionic, if you can see it. It's on the second skull on the back there. Anyway, this one has two of those cool banners too. I like that. There's the commander. Went with purple armor with green for the cloth. Gave her a heart on her cheek and makeup. And so she's like a crazy clown as well. And he absolutely loved the clown thing too. So we're gonna put this back now. So you mount it on the one side and you just mount it into the top. And you can actually leave this unglued so you can turn this in game if you so wish. So I'm going to put this back now. And we're going to grab the last one. Now, this one he wanted in the style of Jinx from like Arcane. So it's like covered in little vandalism. Some of which is just Arcane styled, like ha 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 and boom and all that. But then I also wrote Vect and Pain, and I believe I wrote Suffer somewhere on here. But yeah, went with essentially as neon colors as I could get, which isn't amazing. I don't have a whole lot of neon colors. But yeah, it's covered in essentially vandalism. I went with an industrial look though, so it's all iron and dark, rather than like the other ones being like, you know, changing colors every now and then. This one, when I first looked at this one, you can even see the texture is kind of bad here. It's because I was going to strip it all, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. This is going to be the vandalism one anyway. And it turned out fine. He loves it. I went with this one having almost like Kiss's eye star thing, like the band Kiss. I'm fairly sure one of them had a star on their eye, but either way, I went with a green star, and then I kind of went with blue makeup on the other side, like Jinx has. But yeah. Anyway, that's how it's gone so far. So far, he loves them. I've got a handful more of these to go. Let me try and grab one of them. I even have, funny enough, an old Ravager, or whatever these are called. One thing, this turret's broken, and this guy's legs are broken, so I'm going to have to repair that. But I do have one of the old ones. I really like this. It's more like interlocking kind of scales. It's also heavier. I'm not sure if it's resin or plastic. Looking into the hole, it looks like it might be resin, but I'm not sure. It's not really clear. Either way though, I like it. It's just missing so many bits. Luckily he gave me a bag of bits, so I should be able to essentially force a repair. Now I don't know how I'm going to do it, but yeah. Anyway, I'll show you the rest in another video whenever I finish them. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and have a good day.